Good morning. It is Monday. What's today? 13th? The 13th according to my phone. Okay, so your assignment today was to read pages 502 to 505. So I guess this is pretty much where you stopped last week. Okay, you were supposed to do this page last week. So 502, that's where we're going to start off. Movement. Okay, so it says, I forget this thing can't zoom in every time I do this. Okay, movement. It says populations also change when organisms move from place to place. When an animal population becomes overcrowded, some individuals might move to find more food or living space. For example, zebras might overgraze an area and move to areas that are not as heavily grazed. Plant populations can also move from place to place. Have you ever blown on a dandelion puff full of seeds? Each tiny dandelion seed has a feathery part that enables it to be carried by the wind. Wind often carries seeds far from their parent plants. Animals also help spread seeds, or spread plant seeds. For example, some squirrels and woodpeckers collect acorns. They carry the acorns away and store them for a future food source. The animal forgets some acorns and they sprout and grow into new trees far from their parent tree. Okay, so for me, I know plants move. So I'm just but it was carried by wind, that was one of them. And then for animals carry plants. And that's all I got. Okay, next one. Migration. Sometimes an entire population moves from one place to another and later returns to its original location. Migration is the instinctive seasonal movement of a population of organisms from one place to another. So let's think of some things that migrate. Okay, well, it tells you. Ducks, geese, and monarch butterflies are examples of organisms that migrate annually. Some fish, frogs, insects, and mammals, including the whales, described in Figure 4, migrate to find food and shelter. Sorry, guys, I'm having a real struggle, with the reading today. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Figure 4. It says, during the winter, humpback whales mate and give birth in warm ocean waters near the Bahamas. In the summer, they migrate north to food-rich waters along the coast of New England. Okay, got it. So this is something you would need to do. I say let's do it together because this is not it's part of your assignment, but whatever. Describe the factors that make a population move to a different location. Fill in the missing words below. So movement is caused by, right here it kind of said something. So when it becomes overcrowded, they might need more food or living space. Let me think. Describe the factors that make a population move to a different location. Movement can be caused by I have no idea. Am I struggling today? I am struggling. Describe the factors that make a population move to a different location. Fill in the missing words below. So I'm going to put what I think, y'all. I could look up the textbook right now and get an answer, but it's not happening with how slow my brain is today. So what I'm going to say is that movement can be caused by two things. The instinctual need to move, ingrained, you know how baby sea turtles are born on the beach and they instinctually start heading towards water. Okay, movement can be caused by that, and it can also be caused by, physical needs. Okay, so it said in the first paragraph that if it needed more, so example given, that's what EG stands for in case you didn't know. So examples given is that if you needed more room, so that would be living space. If you needed more food, okay? Like, why do the birds migrate in the winter? Simple, because it's too cold. So that's not an instinctual. That's a physical need. They need to be somewhere where it's warmer, okay? So we're going to go with that. The instinctual need for moving is known as migration. Man, that took me forever to think of that, so I apologize. Man, see, I need to be at school just so my brain is smarter, because right now I am, like, struggling. Okay, next one. Human population change. Guys, kind of bored with this, but okay, we're gonna struggle through together. It says, human population size is affected by the same three factors that determine the sizes of all populations: birth rate, death rate, and movement. Okay, these are the three things that affect population size. So, babies being born, people dying, and people moving. Okay, that makes sense. But unlike other species, humans have developed ways to increase the carrying capacity of their environment. Improved crop yields, domesticated farm animals, and timely methods of transporting foods and other resources enable people to survive in all types of environments. Scientists estimate that there were about 300 million humans on Earth 1,000 years ago. Today, there are more than 7 billion humans on Earth, as shown in Figure 5. Blah, 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 blah. By 2050, there could be over 9 billion. Y'all, that's a lot of people. No one knows when the human population will reach carrying capacity, the Earth's carrying capacity. So, aka, the Earth can only have so many people on it. There's only so many resources for everyone to live. So, that's what it's saying. However, some scientists estimate Earth's carrying capacity is about 11 billion. Y'all, that's still a lot of people. As the human population grows, people build more houses and roads and clear more land for crops. They also use more energy and resources. This means less living space, food, and other resources for other species. Humans are greedy. That's what I got from that. Yep, apparently. It says, people also use more energy to heat and cool homes, to fuel cars, airplanes, and other forms of transportation, and to produce electricity. This energy use contributes to population that affects other populations. One example of the consequences of human population growth is the destruction of the tropical rainforest. Oh, yeah, I'm doing this. It's so sad. Okay, each year humans clear thousands of acres of tropical forest to make room for crops and livestock. Clearing tropical forests is harmful because these forests contain a large variety of species that are not found in other ecosystems. Guys, not only that, but like trees do the most important thing for us, which they're producing oxygen that we need to breathe. Without these plants, like, we are losing some major source of oxygen necessary for our planet, necessary for you to live and breathe, and aka through the process of photosynthesis, because you're definitely gonna talk about this stuff when you hit bio. They give you a little picture. You know what that looks like? It looks like an exponential graph. Just saying. Okay. You're supposed to do this. I'm going to help you out because I looked at your work and it's kind of like, it's not a lot, but it's not a little either. So analyze the consequences of continued human population growth. Complete the cause and effect chart. Clearing land for homes, roads, and crops. So, if we're taking away the land that was, like, that nature had control over, we're displacing animals. So, displace means, like, we're basically kicking them out, right? So, I'm going to put displacing animals from their habitats, right? We could say loss of natural resources, because that's true. And note that it's natural. Like, I know it says like you're clearing the land to make crops, but if those crops weren't happening already, then they're not natural to that area. Okay. Using energy to grow food, to heat homes, and for transportation. So anytime we use any form of energy, it creates a form of pollution. Okay. So an example right now, good Lord, I cannot remember. But I know that ever since people have been staying at home, what is it, quarantine, there you go, that the mountains, I cannot remember the mountains, I don't want to tell you the wrong name, I'm gonna say Fiji. I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this. Whatever. It's a famous mountain that you should be able to see. Like, before you couldn't see it at all because of the pollution in the sky, and now you can see it from miles and miles away. So, impressive. Next one. Oh, I'm in pain. Population size increase. Do you know anyone who is more than 100 years old? I know you cannot say my name. I know you little twerps. In 2006, almost 80,000 people living in the United States were at least 100 years old. What? Oh my gosh. People are living longer today than in previous generations, and more childbirth reach adulthood. Recall that when the birth rate of a population is higher than its death rate, the population grows. There are several factors that keep the human birth rate higher than its death rate. Okay, so we're going to highlight that. Several factors. And then here they are. Here are these factors. That's why they're in bold. Okay, food. For some, finding food might be as easy as making a trip to the grocery store, HEB, but not everyone can get food as easily. Advances in agriculture have made it possible to produce food for billions of people. Resources, fossil fuels, cloth, metals, foods, and many other materials are easily transported around the world by planes, trains, trucks, or boats. I thought that was going to be a Dr. Seuss rhyme. Today, people have access to more resources because of better transportation methods. Okay. Sanitation. Thank you, Lord. Okay. It says, as recently as 100 years ago, diseases such as typhoid, cholera, and diphtheria were major causes of death. Y'all, cleanliness, it's very important. These diseases spread through unclean water supplies and untreated sewage. Ugh. Modern water treatment technologies have reduced the occurrence of many diseases. Less expensive and more effective cleaning products are now available to help prevent the spread of disease-causing organisms. As a result, deaths from these illnesses are less common in many countries. Okay. Medical care. Modern medical care, such as the vaccination in Figure 6, is keeping people alive and healthy longer than ever before. Scientists have developed vaccines, antibiotics. Sorry, my brain stopped as soon as I read this word. Vaccines are very important, okay? Very important. And other medications that prevent and treat disease. As a result, fewer people get sick and human death rates have decreased. Sidetrack here, okay? When you go to school, you have to have certain shots. These are the vaccines that you get taken at the doctor's office. There's a reason why you have to have those vaccines. When you come to school, you're interacting with a large group of people, okay? If you are not taking those vaccines, what you could potentially do is spread it to other people. That's the whole point. Vaccines are to protect people. Okay? Sorry, tangent, going back. Oh my goodness, guys, we're almost there. I know, it's struggle. Do we really have to do this math skills thing? It says that you are supposed to do it, but what percentage? Y'all, don't be... I know you're not going to be upset with my decision. Don't do that. I was like, no. Okay. Decreases in human population size. Human populations in some parts of the world are decreasing in size. Diseases such as AIDS and malaria cause high death rates in some countries. Severe drought has resulted in major crop failures and lack of food. Floods, earthquakes, and other natural disasters can cause the deaths of hundreds or even thousands of people at a time. Damage from disasters, such as the damage shown in Figure 7, can keep people from living in the area for a long time. All these factors all these factors cause decreases in human population sizes in some areas. Okay, they give you this thing. Natural disasters such as a tsunami can cause damage to people's homes, as well as drastically reduce the population size. Okay, how are tsunamis created? Give you like 1 second to think about that. Earthquakes. Okay, and then this is something from 7th grade, so if you know it, good for you. If you don't, pay attention. What type of succession occurs? Succession means it's like the steps to build an ecosystem. So what succession would occur on something like this Well, in a tsunami, it basically scrapes away the land, but you already have rock. Rock is the difference between primary succession and secondary succession. So a tsunami would cause secondary succession. Because you've already broken down rock. Okay? Sorry. Population movement. Have you ever moved to a different city, state, or country? The size of a human population changes as people move from place to place. The figure, or the graph in figure 8, shows the percentages of each kind of move people make. Like other organisms, populations of humans might move when more resources become available in a different place. Did your parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents come to the United States from another country? Immigration takes place when organisms move into an area. Most of the U.S. population is descended from people who immigrated from Europe, Africa, Asia, Central America, and South America. Okay, first question that you should know. Who were the people that were here in what is now the United States first? And the answer should be Native Americans. I'm just glad we all got the answer. Hopefully you got the answer, because clearly this says that everyone came here, but Native Americans were here first. Just saying. Okay. Interesting. They show you this picture. Look at how old this data is. That's like literally a decade old. What is this? Yeah, it is 2020, right? Don't judge. I fixed it. Yeah. Okay. Using figure 8, what total percentage of the populations moves within the same state? Hold on. Let's see if my brain is working. Using figure 8, what total percentage of the population moves within the same state? Okay, different county, different state. Same county. It would be these two. Because if you're in the same county, you're definitely in the same place. So what's 57 plus 19.6? Math skills, come and help me. 16. 76.6%. Remember that this represents 100%. Okay. Sorry, that was a lot. And not to mention, I'm sorry, but that's kind of bored. Okay, let's go over your assignment. You are responsible for... You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to answer these questions right here. So you're doing the whole page on 506. There's no escaping. You are doing the essential questions. You're doing this. You're doing the higher order thinking questions, which are the quote-unquote hot questions. So you're doing this. And, ooh, dang, they got y'all. Y'all totally doing the math skills. Okay, on 507. Anything else? No. Okay, so I'm not going to feel bad. Although that took forever. Reading takes a long time. You need to do this. I was going to give you a cop-out, but I give you a cop-out on the math skills because this isn't math technically, and I'm giving you a break. I know that they're telling you to do it, but I'm saying no. You need to do that foldable, okay? I'll make a grade on the foldable. Okay, guys. Have a great day and do your work. And I know you're kind of getting a lot of work in all your classes, but please, guys, please do it because I'm putting in grades today, and some of y'all is going to be a struggle.